All right, boys and girls, today we're going to talk about coat of arms and what that is. We're going to talk about how you are eventually going to make one and how it will represent you and your family. Coat of arms, well, what is it? Let's talk about that. It is a design of the shield of a medieval knight. The design was unique to that individual knight, and the symbols on the coat of arm were meant to represent the achievements of that person, possibly the state they were from, or a corporation to whom which the arms are granted. So it basically were symbols that explained who the knight was. Now, I have a few videos that you'll be able to watch from YouTube that will give you a little more information. We're not going to watch those right now. They're going to be a separate link that I will put onto the blog that you can watch. There's some good information on both of those videos. And they're short, they're about 2 to 3 minutes long. So, this is going to be your assignment and won't be due for a whole week, but I want to know about you. I want to know about your family and your background. You're going to make a coat of arms that describes you and your life. You're going to use specific colors and symbols that describe you. Coat of arms is going to be divided into 4 separate areas, and each area will need a picture or a symbol, and then you're going to use at least 2 different colors. I want you to be real creative. The next couple of slides, I have some examples and descriptions of colors and symbols and what they represent. Keep in mind the symbols I'm going to give you are obviously older symbols from the 1100s. So you're not really going to see any modern items like a football or a video game controller. I will allow you to use one of those, but the other 3 must come from a list. So what should I put on my coat of arms? Well, making your coat of arms, you're going to choose different parts and accessories. It could be a crown, it could be a plant, it could be a flower, it could be a weapon, something that believes symbolizes you and your family. If you love flowers, put a flower on it, or vines, or plants, and things like that. Some of the different colors that you're going to be able to use is your background. You can see here there's silver and white, and there's gold and black and green and blue and red and purple, maroon and orange, and they all signify something. So if you feel like you're someone who has a lot of wisdom, use black. If you feel like you're someone who is victorious a lot, use maroon. If you're someone who's very ambitious, you would like to use orange. If you're someone who is very peaceful, pure, innocent, and truthful, you should use silver or white. As for the symbols, there's a 38-page PDF here, which I'm also going to apply this link to the blog, and you can check out with all different animals, creatures, and symbols, and you're going to pick those that fit you. So, example you're going to see in that PDF is a goat. All right, the goat is a symbol of practical wisdom, of a man who is victorious through they're not going to be victorious through war, but through diplomacy. Another example is an ant. If you're someone who's a strong worker, right, or ants work very hard, very strong, you would use an ant on your shield. If you have a printer, I got some sample documents you could print out and draw on it. If you don't have a printer, look at the next slide and kind of draw the shape on a piece of paper. A third option, obviously, is always big brain it, baby. Use that big brain of yours and come up with a different method. If you have cardboard, cut out a big shield. If your dad and your mom or someone in your family is very handy with wood, you cut out a wooden shield or a digital shield. Use that big brain, but the easiest would be obviously just to draw that. After you want to finish your shield, take a picture of it, and send it to me for a grade. Remember, this is going to be your first grade of the year, and it's your first impression. So please wow me. All right, make it awesome. Also, big part of this is explaining your shield. All right, when you finish it, I do want you to write a short paragraph. Here's an example. I chose the 2 colors of gold for wisdom and blue for loyalty because I'm a loyal person who has lots of wisdom. As for my symbols, I chose a sphere because I teach geography. I also engage students in the study of the earth. I also chose a snake because it's an emblem of wisdom and defiance. Third, I picked the ram because it's a symbol of authority and leadership. And finally, I picked a football and a baseball, the modern day symbols, to represent my love of sports. And here you will see, once again, the sphere, the snake, the ram, and the football for Mr. Klein. And there would be a sample of it. Am I an artist? No. Is there a sphere there? Yes. Is there a snake? Yeah. Is there a ram? Is there a football and a baseball? There are. There you can see the colors of gold and the colors of blue. So going back to the, explaining it and all that, you will see those right there. So some example blank shields. You can see them right there. There is that blank shield right there. Another one divided into 4 parts, right? I'll have a Word document posted, and there is the rubric, how I'm going to grade you, right? You can see it right there. I'm going to give you 80 points for the symbols, 10 points for the colors, and then obviously it is going to total 100 points, 10 points for the explanation. So have some fun with it. You can watch this video a few times or just look at the PowerPoint, and I'll have all those